Hi there, it's Vanessa. I'm trying out something new today, some new software, and I'm not sure if it's working. I might be live twice for all I know. Gosh, I did do a little practice, but until you actually go live and see all the controls, um, yeah, you're not quite sure what you're going to get. So I'll just see if I'm actually live now. Oh yes, there's something there. Oh yes, there's something there. But I suspect that it's not through the thing I wanted it to be through. Okay, well, we'll just carry on. Sorry about this. I'm trying to get a better quality once it gets to Facebook, because Facebook actually compressed the video quite a lot. And so it's been noticed that, when I'm showing things, they can appear quite blurry. So anyway, we'll have to try another time. I'm going to flip the camera around and we'll just get started. Okay, so hi Karen, lovely to have you here. Right, so this is the Painterly Pears suite, and I think I touched on it last week, and I just wanted to show you, this is the paper that I've been cutting my pears from. So this matches up with the dies. Here are the dies. So you can cut out the double pear, the single pear, the leaves, and these little blossoms, all cut out using these dies. So you can see I've been hacking into that paper and cutting those. And this is the rest of the paper, which I do think I did show, but you may not have seen last week's video. So just quickly flick through that. Beautiful imagery, pears and blossoms, really pretty, beautiful colours. And so today I'm using those pear images from the paper, but there's the stamp set, and with the stamp set you've got your outlines and then you've got these distinctive stamps to fill them in. So we'll do that in another video, and also I'm using this for my classes in August. So if you like this set and you want to come along to a class, then join me in August. And now I actually pre-recorded this video, so I've got one made already. So this is what we're making. I don't normally have one to show you. So it's like an accordion fold, because you've got that, the sort of the 3 steps. And then in this inside, you've got another set of pears. So yeah, really cute card, and a great way to show off that beautiful paper. So you could even write another message here or stamp something in here if you wanted to. So that's what we're doing, and I've already gone ahead when I was sort of preparing and already scored this, but I was going to show you the scoring. So the height is whatever your normal height is for the first layer to go on a card. So for me in metric, it's 14.4. So that's my height, and then because this paper is in inches, and I've just left it as the whole length, I just worked with inches. I just found that easier. So I kind of switch between metric and imperial. So I scored the first one at 2, and I scored it so that what I'm looking at is how I want it folded when the card is put together. So I'm going to fold this one back that way, but I'm going left to right basically. So 2 inches was the first score, and then the second score was 5 inches, and the last one was 8, and that gives you a 4-inch piece at this end, which is going to be, once it's all folded up, that's going to be my going on the front. Okay, so there is our, and then when you're folding, you want to fold, the first one is a valley. So the valley is where the crease is like concealed inside, I guess. and give that a nice burnish. And then your next one is a mountain. So that's, obviously you can see that's where it gets its name. It's a mountain. So we'll give that a nice burnish. And then the last one is another valley. So that all comes across. So this one folds back and the others fold in that direction. So you end up with this, which is really cool for showing off your papers. You get to see the other side and you get to see the full effect of this lovely piece here. Then I decided to adhere the mountain part together, because I didn't really want it, when it was standing up, to kind of be, to have this bit not attached. I thought that would give it a bit more strength. So I just put a bit of liquid glue, or you can use whatever adhesive is your favourite, and then just stick that, just making sure you've got it lined up at the top. Just stick that closed. And then we can go ahead and attach it to the card base. So I'm just going to fold that. And so I would just put, again, just grab your favourite adhesive and pop that around here. And that just goes on the front there. Hi Heather, lovely to have you along. Your schedule has aligned with my schedule. And I've got my work thing is now happening tomorrow, because I was telling Heather, because I normally go to the office on a Tuesday, so I've got Wednesday free, which is why I made this my crafting day. And then we've got a container coming in that I have to help with, but it's coming in tomorrow. Well, it's there now, but we're not unloading it till tomorrow, so that's good. So I could go live as scheduled. Otherwise, I have actually done this and pre-recorded it just in case. But pre-recorded videos, I found out when I went to load up the post, now post as reels. So it was going to be a 30-minute long reel. I thought, oh, goodness me. And there's no way of getting around it. Facebook have just changed it. So that's what you get. So I don't know if I'll do that in the future, because that seems a bit crazy. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of a wash of Darling Duckling just on the white where I'm going to put the pears. This arch has been cut from the Everyday Arches. So just a bit of a colour in the background there, just so it's not quite so stark white. And then we can make up our little pear. So that, I think, goes over the top, because you normally have the stem coming out, you know, from that circle. And then I've got another little grouping of pears and some blossoms I thought I would pop on. So this one will be a little bit different. Oh, I'm nearly forgetting the ribbon. But it will be a little bit different to the other one, and I'll explain why. But let's just, oh, there's the ribbon. So the ribbon is going to go across here in a little wave shape. And I'm just going to attach that with little bits of tear and tape. So I want one about there. And then coming back across. Hi, Kathleen. Yes, I don't know what's happening to that other program that I started off in, but I feel if I go back to it now, then I might lose this. So I don't know. I'm going to have to create myself a fake profile and have a proper practice, I think. Oh, I tell you, there's no rule book that comes with Facebook. And the other thing is they change things so often. You just think you've got it down pat, and boom, they hit you with something else. Okay, there's our lovely ribbon. I think that's Mossy Meadow with gold, so it's quite stunning. It's really glittery here for me. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, beautiful ribbon. Okay, so now we're going to do our pear. I want the pear sort of at the top, and then these little guys sort of filling in that corner, and the blossoms somewhere. So let's just put some dimensionals on. So I have this thing about going across the ribbon. So my pear, I'm going to have a dimensional there. So I'm trying to keep them all on that level. And then I could do a little half a one. In there. And then I'll put one on the top of the pear. Should be enough, I think. And have it on a slight angle. Then I've got my little leaves. I love how this is just all cut from the paper, so easy. Right, and I'll put a little dot on the back of there. Oh, now that's a little bit lower than I thought, so that one's not going to work. Actually, maybe I'll just move it. Need to come down slightly. It will come off. So, well, that's better. Want that to stick on there. Give it a bit of encouragement. You're chatting amongst yourselves. I love it. Okay. So this one here, I just need a couple of dimensionals at the bottom. I don't know if Mum made it on. She's got a new phone and a new computer. We hit her with everything all at once. Okay, so I'm thinking my words I want to put out to the side here. So I wonder if the blossoms might go, oh, I could do a little half on, half off with the blossoms. That's kind of cute. I'll just put one dimensional there. And a dot of glue under that bit. Come on, behave yourself. There we go. Now I've gone ahead already and did the embossing for the words. I'm using thank you. And then I'm just going to cut it so that it's got an angle on both sides. So you cut one side, oops, and then you take that piece to give you the same angle. So it's going to go that way. On the other side, I'm going to come back a bit. It's a little bit tricky to hold on to. Cut along that same line. There we go. I'm going to put that there. Probably just want one of those little half pieces of dimensional. And I'm going to put it on the arch as well. I just find if you put it on here, you're kind of guessing as to where it's going to be, and I don't want it to go off the edge of there. So, and then a dot. Make sure it's straight. Okay, now all of that is going to get mounted on a slightly larger arch, also from the same arches, which is great because they layer together like this, and it just really finishes it off. So I could have stuck that on before I put everything on it, which may have been easier. Sometimes do that and you think, oh, why did I do it the hard way? Okay. And I've gone ahead and already cut another arch, and this is in the Darling Duckling. So this is for our next panel. So it's going to go on this panel here. So I've got the stem of a little branch, and that's been die cut in Mossy Meadow. So I'll just add a little bit of glue back of there. Go and just have that going across, just to carry on the theme. And instead of the blossoms, I've actually cut, so in the paper, I don't know if you could see very well on screen, but you've got the blossoms that cut out with the die, and then there's these little yellow ones as well in the background. They don't have a die, but I have fussy cut some of them. So on this one, I used the die cut blossoms, but I wanted to try something different. I thought they may be a little bit big, and should I have cut them all apart, and you know that. So I thought this time I would do these little yellow ones and just see how that looked. So just going to pop them on. Them are quite tiny, a bit fiddly to cut out. So that's an odd number. I might leave it like that. Yeah, that's really pretty. So I'll just pick each one of those up. Yeah, so the only thing about having to go into the office tomorrow is that I won't be able to do the album retreat live. But that's okay. It's recorded, so I can catch up later. Try and do some on Friday. And I might swap those around actually and have a bigger one on this side, because I've got a big one there. Okay. So that's going to go, oh, that's really pretty actually. That's going to go in here and just be a little bit out from the crease, so that it, when I've got this on, it's going to stick out just a little bit. It goes about there, and you've got that little bit, so just so you know that there's something back there and to open it at the next level. So I'm going to stick that down now. So I don't want glue right out to the edge. So I'm going to come down about there and aim for the middle, height-wise, up and down. And then, like I say, just come out a bit from that edge. Oops. Moved. I think that looks straight. And this one here, I'm going to put over the top. And I want it even, this, left to right, about the same gap here. So I'm going to just, it's about halfway across. I'm just going to hold that there. And I want the glue on this side. I'm just having to guess that, really. And then pop it back down. I'm looking, I've got the same distance there to there and there to there. And just before I get too carried away, I'll just make sure, yep, there's no glue. So I'm just checking here that there's no glue oozing out because I don't want it to stick to this layer. So that was perfect. And then just to finish off the front, I've got some of the low profile sparkle dots. These come with the suite. So you've got the daffodil delight, daffodil, it looks like daffodil, darling duckling, and it's all the D's, right? Darling duckling, and this one is mossy meadow, and this is secret sea. But I decided to use the duckling because I don't have secret sea really showing in this, and there's already quite a lot of green, so I'm going for a contrast. So I'll just go, I might go there, and there's two sizes. I'll put one in a blossom. And one up there. I've got my triangle. Who's going to try this later? Can't quite read that whole comment. Okay, then I decided to go for an inner. I ended up putting it on an actual card base, but with this style you could mount that just onto a piece of card and make this your area for writing on. But I've actually attached it to a proper card base. So the inside, I'm going to just put a bit more of that darling duckling. It's quite light now. It's just whatever I've got left on my brush in the corner there. And I'm going to pop a stamp of the pears there in that corner in Mossy Meadow. I really like that look. And I'm not going, so you can use the images like that as like line art, which I think looks really cool, just with that bit of colour behind. And then that is going to go inside. Gosh, I feel like I've done this really quickly today, probably because it's the second time, because I already did it as a pre-recorded video. Yeah, so that's my take on a really pretty pear card. And there's the different layout. So, oh, that was right. I was going to tell you why I did things differently. So with the pears on this one, it was the image was right on the edge of the paper. And I don't know if I've got another one to show you. It was like it was almost the whole thing, except there was just like a little flat side on one leaf. So I thought, well, I'm going to use that and I'll just cover that flat part of the leaf with something. So that's where I used the blossoms to cover, because it was sort of cut straight, and on the top of the leaf. So that was the thinking behind that other layout. And I also on here, I had a flat bit on that blossom, so I tucked it under the leaf. And if I didn't tell you, you wouldn't know. But it just means you can make more use out of all of these images, even the ones off the edge, because, you know, quite often it's so close, it's almost the whole image, and you think, oh, what a pain, I can't use it, but you can. You just have to be selective on how you use it and cover up the straight line. Right, so I hope you've enjoyed that video. I will have another go at doing my other program, hopefully, and I'll see what actually happened once this is finished. Oh, don't you love tech? And anyway, I'll be back again next week. Thanks, everyone.